We are, I want to go on campus. We are carry the lad from campus. Come on, tell me what I want. Campus connection, tell me what I want. Campus connection, I that's a go on from campus. Young people are go hard from campus. Come on, tell me what I want. Campus connection, tell me what I want. Hey, I want to know everything. Got to catch the interviews. Yeah, where them a tell you education news. Sit down and listen, have nothing to lose. Plus, you know them must bring something for you. Word of the day, that's something for your youth. Bread up.
All right, all right, all right. We are together again another week inside a brand new year and a brand new month for an exciting and promising season inside Campus Connection. New voice. I know because I am your new host, and of course, I won't be alone. But before I make way for the gift of company, which happens to be my co host, I am Jonathan Fletcher, and I will be with you for a good while. This is a program where for 10 years we have been talking all things school, education, and more. You can join us virtually where we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and that's at Love 101 FM Jamaica. We've been away for a good while, but we are back in full swing. As I mentioned earlier, I got company, and so I'm going to swing it right over to my co host.
Hi, co host. Hi, everyone. I'm Anesta, and it is just a pleasure and absolute joy to be here with you guys. We are your new hosts of Campus Connection. First of all, let me just tell you, I am well, actually, both of us, Jonathan, we're past students of the University of Technology,
Mm-hmm.
UTech Jamaica. We are so pleased to be proud students of UTech, past students of UTech. We both served on the UTech Students Union
Good
together.
times, good
Good,
times.
good times, and God just has a way of bringing people into your life and bringing you full circle. So here we
Yeah.
are again, by God's grace and mercy. So also, Jonathan, I know earlier you were wanting to tell people what high school you went to. So
So
just go ahead
let's
right
pause for
now.
a cause and just big up all the Optima people, all the persons from the Arden High School right there in Kingston, Jamaica. If you had the privilege of attending Arden, big up
All
yourself.
right, all right, all right. Here, let's hear it for the ardent students. And I
Woo!
myself am a
Mm-hmm.
proud past student, past
Yeah,
head
man.
girl, past
Where?
ICF president of the Merle Grove High School. Merle Grove sisters speaking whispers, screams, and shouts won't come from our mouths. As it's just amazing to be here with you guys. Rep your school, tell us where you're from. Let us know in the comments
Mm-hmm.
section. Let us know. So
Please, please.
so moving forward, Jonathan, we are the new faces, as they
Mm-hmm.
say, and voices of Campus Connection. And also we have some brand new features for all our students out there. We have revamped our theme song. I don't know if anyone
Big
has
tune.
heard it yet.
Big
Yep.
tune.
We are going to be sharing with you shortly. So if you haven't heard it, just stay tuned. We'll tell you also about the new timetable for Campus Connection. And then we will just move into kickstarting today's show.
All right, all right, all right. And so every first Tuesday, like this one, and third Tuesdays, we will have features like education news and bulletin. I
Mm-hmm.
chose Christ, you should too. A testimonial feature of a student sharing his or her spiritual walk. We'll also have Creative Block, a brand new feature where we will feature and highlight millennials who are creatives. And so, in this segment, we'll look at the creative process of being a photographer, an artist, content creator, blogger, graphic designer, you name it. We're going to try as much as possible to cover each discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Each creative rather, will share their own unique way of creating their content and even overcoming creative block. We will also have the main segment, Let's Talk About It, to
Ooh,
address
ooh.
current affairs about schools, students, teachers, and more.
So on second and fourth Tuesdays, we're going to switch it up a bit. So we're going to replace creative block with the features honor roll. Honor roll is where we will highlight our outstanding students. So if you're on your campus, if you're doing something great, this segment will be for you. And then inside of each program, we will also have our social talkback question. Now,
Yeah.
this is where we will ask you to share your opinion on a particular topic. And there's also hashtag trending. This is a brand new feature that will highlight something that's trending in the social media space.
All right, all right. And then on fifth Tuesdays, we can't leave out fifth Tuesdays.
All
It's
right.
gonna be open mic. So we'll have competitions, giveaways. We'll also have talent shows and more. So you can't afford to not stay in class with this new season of Campus Connection. We have more on the lineup, so continue to listen and keep it locked to Love 101.
Yes, yes, yes. And I saw even in the comments, Jonathan, people were repping their school, telling us where they're from. I saw
Yeah,
St.
big up.
Hugh's. I saw St. Catherine. Just keep the comments coming in.
Yui,
And
big up Yui.
big up Yui. And while you're doing so, guys, we want you to listen to our revamped theme song. We mentioned this earlier. So let's pause for a cause right now to listen into this song.
I want to go on from campus. Young people are go hard from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, that's a one now. Now, walk on from campus. How we are carry hard from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, that's a one. Hey, some make us on then listen, let me tell you this. Students, I will make we have to this. Oh yes, we create this space just for you. Make we talk about you, make we talk about school, government and politics, sports, academics, anything that concern you. I don't know when love pass through. It's all about the gospel. So tell me what one from campus. Youths are going on from campus. Come on, tell me what one. Campus connection, yeah, that's a one. Now, hey, I walk one from campus. And we are carry lot from campus. Come on, tell me what one. I walk one now. Hey, walk one, everybody want more.
All right, all right.
Bossy, 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 bossy. If you love it, let me just see some fire emojis, some fire emojis in the comment section. If you love it, if you love it. And that, of course, is the voice of Ryan Davis. And he has been so creative in both versions of the theme song. He really did his thing, and the family station would want to pause to say thank you, Ryan. So,
Thank you so
guys,
much.
yeah, man, yeah, man. So that's a theme song, and you will hear it inside the new season. It's a new season
Well,
of
okay.
Campus. Of
Okay.
Campus
That's how we're
Connection.
going to do this.
It's time to hear what's happening inside the news, which we know is a lot. A lot is happening in the news.
Yeah, and we know we have education news and bulletin coming up. Our student partner for the month of March is Shamar Mitchell. Hello, Shamar. Second year student at UMona, and he's majoring in journalism. Welcome to Campus Connection, Shamar.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, Shamar, you can go ahead.
Woot.
Hi, welcome to Education News for March 1st here inside Campus Connection. I am Shamar Mitchell. There are mixed reactions to reports that some teachers pre-record videos for their students to access. Some teachers have defended this practice, saying it helps them to multitask with other necessary activities they could not otherwise accomplish. They also say it helps students who lack consistent internet connectivity. Other teachers disagree with the method, saying that it lacks credibility. Education Minister Favour Williams also disagrees with the practice. She says teachers who record themselves for class are robbing students using Zoom or Google Classroom of the necessary interaction they must have with their instructors. Last month, it was reported that 40% of students were not engaged in any kind of learning during the first week of the current school term, with approximately 15,000 students from 290 schools being unaccounted for. The Ministry of Education is engaging in a program which will reach out to students directly at their homes. Meanwhile, Minister Williams recommends that teachers who may be facing challenges engaging in online classes address the matter with the administrators. The Ministry of Education has partnered with Tropical Sun and donated 24 devices to students under the One Laptop or Tablet per Student campaign. Jose Marte Technical High School and White Marl Primary School were the two beneficiaries of the donation. Education Minister Favour Williams says the ministry aims to improve student attendance. She said all must be done to encourage attendance as more schools engage in face-to-face classes. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says full face-to-face classes will take effect after the midterm holidays. The return of full face-to-face learning is expected to close the learning gap that has widened since the pandemic forced schools to close in March 2020. Online learning handicapped thousands of children in rural neighborhoods and those who could not afford devices to access the internet. After finishing runner-up in TVJ's Junior School Challenge quiz, head girl of Creative Kids Learning Academy, Addison Morgan, and her teammates donate their tablets. Addison, her teammates, parents, quiz coaches, and the principal from Creative Kids Learning Academy visited Gladys Bailey Learning Center in Tivoli Gardens with the tablet computers. The tablets were given to 4 children from the community, and 1 given to the Gladys Bailey Learning Center, where other students can use the device. Addison was concerned when she heard how many teams island-wide didn't perform well because they didn't have resources to access Zoom sessions for online school and quiz practice. She asked her mother to reach out to Junior Schools Challenge quiz host TK Dawkins to assist in finding possible recipients. Improvement Movement JA, an entity founded by Dawkins, facilitated the request. Improvement Movement JA connects Jamaicans of all ages to practical education on wealth, human behavior, spirituality, and holistic health through online classes and workshops, where internationally acclaimed books are studied. It's now time for Campus Bulletin. The Shepherd House International Campus Fellowship will be hosting a service called Who is Jesus? On Sunday, March 6th at 12 p.m. on the UEMONA campus beside the Beehive restaurant. The service is aimed at introducing Jesus to non-Christians and reintroducing Jesus to Christians. For more information, visit Shepherd House International on social media. And that's all the news we have for you today inside Education News and Bulletin. Be sure to tune in next week for more news updates. I am Shamar Mitchell.
All right, all right.
Alright,
Big up yourself,
alright.
Shamar. Big up.
Good job, Shamar.
Future TV JRCVM News Reporter.
Anchor.
Yeah.
Awesome
All right.
job.
Bless you, bless you. Thanks for being here. All right, so that was Education News and Bulletin brought to us by our student partner, Shamar Mitchell. It's now time for the feature, I Chose Christ. You should too. Let's listen and be blessed.
Hi, and I'm Anique Bennett, past student of the St. Catherine High School and current student of the University of West Indies Mona. And this is my story of how I chose Christ and you should too. I remember starting university, a new chapter, a new place that I wouldn't have gotten any warning signs or any tips of how to conquer. A new place where in which I would have thought that this is my opportunity to spread my wings and fly, yet still being grounded to Christ. I remember when the work started to become overbearing and hard, in which I couldn't be able to focus. There were days when I wasn't able to pray or read my Bible. I was no longer able to express myself to friends and family, and I started to isolate myself. But the Bible says that we should cast our burdens on him because he cares and understands, and he is made perfect in weakness, and I was indeed weak. it was up to me to choose a path that I needed to do better. I needed to come back to that place in my life where in which God was in control and no longer me. So I decided to choose Christ. How did I do that? I put aside pride, spoke to someone who became my accountability partner. I started to get into sessions with other youths who were struggling with the same thing as me, which was depression and anxiety. And I started to regain that humility to go in front of God and express myself and say, God, I'm not able to do it. I decided to start to engage in things that I used to engage in, things that made me happy, like going out and exploring nature or just having a talk with someone. And this was how I overcame my state of depression. Yes, it might be sound easy a bit, but it wasn't. It was hard work, it was putting aside big pride, and it was being vulnerable with not only others but with myself and what I was going through. This is my story of how I chose Christ, and you should too.
All right, no, that was
Amazing.
and that was unique. That was amazing. As I was listening to Anik just now, I was thinking about the scripture that she quoted, how she cast her cares
Mm-hmm.
on the Lord, in the midst of difficult situations. That is the only way to truly heal, the only way to truly be rescued from whatever it is we're going through. And I want to encourage all our students who are listening, who are watching us right now. You might be having a difficult time. These are difficult times, and
Yeah.
with everything that's going on in the world, God is very present. He is right here and he loves you. And so thank you so much, Anik. She's a past student of St. Catherine High School, and her testimony showed us that she tried Christ, and
Mm-hmm.
you should too. You should too.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so it's now time for creative block. So we all have problems and we like when they are solved. So if you're wondering what your life might look like on the other side of a hurried, jam-packed schedule, or worry that you won't know what you'll do with the extra time and space, you are not alone. It looks different for everyone. And the good news is that you don't have to figure it all out in advance. But how does one get to sort their ideas out? How does one move from just an idea to reality? What is the process really like?
Well, it's time for Creative Block, and this is where we are going to find out. We'll be speaking in a few minutes with Rahim Betty. He's a final year student at the Northern Caribbean University and gospel recording artist. And we definitely will be hearing from him in a little while. But you yourself, Jonathan, are creative. I'm sure you've
And so
had
are you.
hey.
So are you. Don't discredit it now.
So since our students who are online are getting to know us some more, why don't we tell them a little bit about our own creative process, even inside of being a part of Campus Connection, engaging with them? How has it been for you?
All right, so it has been a very interesting journey. Behind the scenes, we have been doing a lot. I mean, I remember our photo shoot. that that
Yes, I
was
remember that.
that was really something else. But it goes to show how you can do so much behind the scenes, and it's not until you are pushed to the forefront that you really understand the pressure that the forefronters, as I'd like to call them, that they go under, right? And I'm sure Rahim will tell us some more about all of that being in the spotlight, and all of that. So Betty, let's go.
Hi, Raheem.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Welcome,
Jonathan, my
welcome.
friend, you make it.
Bless up. You can't
Wait,
bother
what's
it.
happening here? What is happening here? What is happening here?
Fletcher knows why I'm congratulating him.
Let's focus. Let's focus. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
Creative Block. This is Creative Block, and we're so happy to have you, Raheem, inside Creative Block. And we know that we have been in a pandemic, and it has not been easy, especially for creatives. So I want you to share with us in 3 words, just 3 words, what has life been for you since March 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Roller coaster. Hold on. Let me find a word for you. Roller coasterational. That's sum up all three. We can't find the next two. But roller coaster sensational. That word. It has been very much up and down for me. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. It's never in between.
Wow.
It's never in between. It's never a mix. It's just I have good highs and then I had good lows. 2020 wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But I feel like 2021 was where everything started hitting me, like depression. I had a little something there. At one point, suicidal thoughts.
Wow.
And there was something there. So it was really pretty much emotional, especially as a creative who is also in school. Hard. 2021, I did literally the whole year of school. I did not take a break. So from January straight to December, school.
Also, even summer.
Even summer, no break.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and I'm still at school.
So, with that being said, though, do you think that creativity involves putting your heart and soul in your work? So, remember now you're focusing on school, you're focusing on regular life, your social life, and all of that. Where is the balance? How do you bear your heart and soul via your creative efforts?
It's with creativity, you really do have to put yourself in it. You really have to just like throw yourself in it, because there will be days that you know that you feel like you don't want to do this. In fact, you just say, I don't want to do this. But the minute you just put yourself into it, you come alive again. And so for me, my drive was, I have to get it done, so why not? You know, just do it and done. So I have school, I have music, I have 100 other things to do, and they have to be done. So that's really like the inspiration behind it. They have to be done, so I have to get them done. So I just have to probably cry a little bit and probably vent to a couple of people and say, hey, it's hard, We'll go through this right now. I don't know what to do. And get it over it, get that little moment out of it, and then back at it again. That's pretty much it.
Raheem, here's my question for you. Based on what you've shared so far, do you find yourself channeling that those emotions that you're feeling into what you do, into your career, those personal experiences, your personal life? How have they influenced you to choose your career of being an artist?
It makes me a better artist. And I'm glad you asked that question about channeling those emotions into what I do, because my audience will know my pain through my artistry. My audience will know if I'm happy, if I'm sad. And I feel like that's a part of the whole game. You're being real to people. If people know that, hey, you got through this too, you're more relatable. And I feel like wearing my heart on my sleeves as a musician, in my music at least, not on social media, guys. You have to channel it. You have to know how to channel it.
That's right.
Okay.
So channel it in your music and in your passion, not necessarily on social media for everybody to see and criticize or whatever. But that's what I do. So it's in my writing, how I write, how I choose to sing. Um, that kind of creativity and channeling comes out in my work. So you will know.
So let me ask you this. If you can just give us like a one line. I'm gonna go off script here. Give us like a one line of one of those times when you have done just what you said, channeled your what you were feeling inside of your music.
All right, so there's this one song that I wrote. Please, don't copyright. Don't try to steal the song, people. Right? There's this one song. Oh my God, I can't think about it quick. Ah,
You sure you write it?
not me write it. I sit down and write my song. I sit down and write. Oh, my songbook they right here. So
All right, all right. You see,
my
as a
song,
creative, always be prepared.
Whoa.
yes. So my songbook is right here, guys. Ah,
All right, run it.
it says, rescue me and hide me from myself. Give me the strength to love again. So it's like, rescue me, like, we need your help now, Jesus. We can't do this by our own, you know? So that's like, come for me. So, and that's a full song written. One day we'll hear it. Not right now, but one day.
Wow, 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 wow.
Hopefully,
So,
it's
yeah.
one day soon.
Very
So,
soon.
the question now I would like to ask is what do you do to keep yourself motivated and interested in your creative work?
What do I do? As I said, if I not feel like, I might not feel like do it sometime or, I might cuss, cry and all of that. But I have to get back to it. So, because I have to get back to it, I'm just going to do it. But that's the only thing that keeps me motivated. So, I'm going to just do it. Pray and say, Jesus, all right, sit down now. I'm ready. So
Wow.
that's what keeps me motivated, And prayer life, guys, have a connection. Have a connection with, Daddy Jesus. When everybody else not around or not available for you right now, Jesus is always available. So please pray. Please connect to the source. Have that one-on-one moment with him, and everything will be all right. I know it's cliche, because, a lot of people, feel like, boy, sometimes they're not even can run to God, but run to him. I tell you, I'm the best source. Even right now, more I run to him.
Wow. Amazing.
Amen, amen. As you were singing that song earlier, that one line earlier, I was thinking, to me, it sounds like a prayer. And I know you shared just earlier on how sometimes you've been down and sometimes you channel that into your music. So now, have you ever had that discouragement to now cause you to turn that into, okay, this is my prayer unto God, and did God even respond to that prayer?
Mm, yeah, that's a good question, because I don't know for any other creative out there, but there are times when you feel like, no, man, no really, no, but no, can't do this, you get discouraged, and you see everything out. That's why you see the social media thing again, where sometimes I'm on social media and I'm seeing other things, seeing other people flourish, and then I start to compare myself. So the spirit of comparison comes in, and it holds you down in a box, like it's saying, like, all right, you never ever reach this, or you wish you did there a certain place in life.
Yeah.
So you have to now get up out of that and stop, literally, like, because it happened to me, like, I literally had to come out of that box and stop comparing myself, stop looking at the greener grass on the other side, and start to literally water my own grass and say, listen, my grass can green too, my land can cut too, my house top can proper and nice, my house can paint up nice too, right? And I start to just invest more of those compliments into me, invest those things into me, and also not look at the other person as competition, but look at them as as your alliances, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at them as your alliances, you begin to celebrate them.
Mm-hmm.
And you celebrate them from a place of authenticity. So once you do that, you realize the pressure of trying to outdo somebody or become something that you think is great, it's off now.
Yeah.
Because you've evolved into this person who is thinking positively now. So no longer you don't see anybody as a competition or a threat to what you have to offer or what you have on the table, right? The
Thank
table
you.
becomes everybody's table now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Thanks a million, Raheem. Thank you so much for sharing with us
No
here
problem.
inside Creative Block. Our social media talkback question for you today is, do you think the government acted fast enough to aid in assisting the Jamaican students that were in the Ukraine?
Good child.
And you can send your feedback via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125 or join us on our Facebook or YouTube and leave your feedback in the comments section. Stay with us, guys. We'll be right back after these messages.
Be right back.
Rio Grande to the South Coast. Hotel workers and man wear off boat. This a for the craft vendors, red cap porters and transportation at airport. Make a tourism pension plan, building towards the future. For tourism workers across the island, retirement benefits to contributions. Every worker in the industry, permanent self-employed contract. For your service you deserve security. Yes you do. Tourism workers pension plan, build a bright future. Yes, you can. Tourism workers pension plan. Workers invest through contribution. All tourism workers, age 18 to 59. Tourism workers pension plan.
Start making your contributions for a brighter future.
For further information, visit mot.gov.jm or call 876-920-4926 for 30.
God, you're good, so good to me, yeah.
The St. Luke's Church Crossroad presents the 52nd staging of their annual sacred concert under the theme, God of Mercy, God of Grace, this Sunday, March 6th, starting at 4:30 p.m. The concert features gospel artists Mark Johnson, Joanne Richards, Paulette Bellamy, John McFarlane, Marcia Hamilton, Church of the Transfiguration Dance Ministry, Pat Reed Wall, Leandre Sadler, and Sherlon Russell, hosted by Mrs. Nola Philpotts Brown. That's the St. Luke's Church 52nd staging of the annual sacred concert this Sunday, March 6th. Catch it on Love 101's Facebook page, and it will be live right here on the family station, Love 101.
God, you're good, so good to me, yeah. You're really, really good to me.
I did a crazy attack. You see me is a real G, real go-getter. My life move non-stop. So me have to stay link and flow yard and road. And my connect and one plan link me up at home with Wi-Fi and on my mobile with data and calls to any network. At my yard, non-stop streaming my vibes are studying for my pitney them and out the road and non-stop vibes. Same way. Flow connect me non-stop for as little as $3,999 a month plus GCT. I forget it. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
Your taxes hold the key.
Get online this March 15. File and pay your final income tax return for 2021 and estimated return for 2022. All returns should be filed online and on time with many options to pay. JamaicaTax.gov.jm, direct funds transfer, NCB online banking. Be tax smart. Pay taxes your way. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
Rio Grande to the South Coast. Hotel workers and man wear off boat. This a for the craft vendors, red cap porters and transportation at airport. Make a tourism pension plan, building towards the future. For tourism workers across the island, retirement benefits to contributions. Every worker in the industry, permanent self-employed contract. For your service you deserve security. Yes you do. Tourism workers pension plan, build a bright future. Yes you can. Tourism workers pension plan. Workers invest through contribution. All tourism workers, age 18 to 59. Tourism workers pension plan.
Start making your
contributions for a brighter future.
For further information, visit mot.gov.jm or call 876-920-4926 for 30.
If I one thing me love about Grace Mackerel is that the sauce rich in a quality. Trish from Papine said that. The time by Grace Mackerel is...
All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Campus Connection, and I am Jonathan, and with me is my co-host, Anesta. So
Hey,
it's time,
everybody.
so it's time to get into our Let's Talk About It segment, where our guests will talk about what makes their school unique.
Yes, yes, yes. And this evening we have with us Chanel Mills. She's a third-year communication student who majors in journalism at the Northern Caribbean University. And we also have with us Ajani Campbell, the head boy and upper sixth form student at the St. Mary High School.
Yes, yes, yes. We have a star lineup this evening. We we also have Deandra Campbell, second year student at the Montego Bay Community College, and Vijay Stedman, second year student at College of the Theological and Interdisciplinary Studies. Welcome, guys.
Hello, guys. Hi, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Really great to be here.
Wow. It's so good to have you guys on. So we're here to ask you to find out from you guys what makes your school unique. What makes your school unique? Who are we starting with, Jonathan?
Let's start with Deandra.
Okay.
So Deandra, what makes your school... Oh, wait. We don't have Deandra just yet. So let's start with Chanel. Chanel, what makes your school unique?
Okay. Hello again, everyone. I attend the Northern Caribbean University, and for those of us who don't know, it's actually a Seventh-day Adventist-based institution. So what makes my school unique is that we are all about holistic learning. We literally have a holistic environment for our students. And even if you're not Adventist, you are still welcomed. Don't think that because you're not Adventist, then we're going to stop you at the gate and be like, hello, some ID here, please. No, we don't do that. It's actually a place that makes you feel very comfortable, and you learn as you go, because it is something that at the school, it becomes a part of your day-to-day life. So we have chapel, we have sessions, when persons will pray with you and talk to you, and you realize that it helps in your university life, because in university it is very difficult to focus on everything that we have on our plate. To have some moments where you have somebody to pray with you, or when you can vent to somebody who understands or who is willing to listen. My school provides that environment, and we're very unique in that way. We also have a very important group, which is known as the United Student Movement, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic when everything is switched to being online. They're very, very active. So my school has many ways in which they are unique. However, I think the most unique aspect or the most unique resource that we have is us, the people, the students, and the environment. So most definitely.
Amazing.
All right. Guys, before we go any further, we just want to remind our listeners of our hashtag trending. We are today talking about the Ukraine war. So it's hashtag Ukraine war, hashtag Ukraine today, hashtag Ukraine Russia conflict, and hashtag pray for Ukraine. And our social media talkback question for you today is, do you think the government acted fast enough to aid the Jamaican students that were in Ukraine? All right. So Jonathan, tell them how they can send their feedback.
You can send your feedback via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125. That's 876-997-3125. Or join us on Facebook or YouTube and leave your feedback in the comment section. So let's talk about the uniqueness of our students and their schools a little bit more. So the next question would go to who now, Anesta? Let's choose somebody.
Let me choose. Is Ajan? Wait, let me see. Let me choose Vijay. Big J, here's my question to you. What do you love most about your school?
First, let me just say it's really great in being here. Hope you guys are able to hear me clearly and everything.
Not very
So,
clear.
It's a little muffled.
Muffled, yes.
I hope this is better now. Hope you guys
Yes,
are
that's
here.
Yes,
better.
yes, yes.
So, let me just say, so it's really great being here on the air and Love 101 FM. So, as my friend said, I attend the College of Theological and Interdisciplinary Studies. That's Bible school for short, really. What I really love, what I really love about my school is that I love the atmosphere. I love my friends. Really and truly, I went to that school being a loner, and it was the same week I believe I had friends. I mean, friends that people that are warm, they are welcoming, they make you feel at home. It's not like one of those schools where, hey, I'm the new kid. You have to stay in the corner for a while, and you don't have anyone to talk to. You have to be observing. But the fact that my school started online is that it gave me a boost in getting to know my peers even more. And what I do love is that we don't just meet as as a batch, but we with the entire student population, and that creates another atmosphere to really know and interact with one another. So that's what I really love about my school so far, and I'm still learning more about it. Really, even though I'm in my second year, there's a lot I'm still learning about my school currently.
Nice, nice. Johnny, this question to you. Compared to when COVID just started versus now, do you see where your school has grown? Have teachers been more relaxed now, seeing that classes are face to face compared to when it was all online?
Alright, so good evening again, everyone.
Hi,
I would say
Johnny.
my school. Hi, everyone hear me, right?
You're a
Yes,
little
you're a
low,
little
but
low.
yeah.
Alright. So I would say compared to before the pandemic, I know my school has definitely grown. To see where teachers are much more reliant, uh, are they are reliable, sorry, and you can depend on them to give you the updates of for your schoolwork. You can depend on them to revise the topics, especially with the with virtual state of learning now. Normally the teachers would give themselves or even do a recording and they would send it to you and they can easily access the notes when necessary. And before the pandemic, we didn't have that opportunity or have those opportunities. And so even though your senior my school has like they try to get the students involved as much as possible. Um, my school is really a student school whereby students get to really get to develop their leadership skills and they really put it out there that everyone um, try to get involved as much as possible and they be online. So yes, I think my school has really grown.
Nice, nice, nice. Thank you so much, Ajani. All right. This one goes to Chanel. So
Mm-hmm.
do you prefer face-to-face classes or online classes? I see like
Hi.
you're wondering to yourself now.
Jonathan, you're putting me on the spot. Okay. So let me just say, I mean, we've been doing classes virtually for the last 2 years. Let's be real. I honestly don't remember what it's like in a face to face space. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad because, I started university in 2019 and that would have been my first year, so I didn't really get to have the experience that everybody talks about, but because COVID kind of just hit and changed everything. But face to face, I think I'm a visual learner. So for the visual learners that are listening, they will appreciate, physical seeing things and being able to talk and having their friends. For a lot of people, seeing their friends or being around people helps them because they don't want to be in an environment by themselves. So face to face works. But virtually for me, it works too because I mean I get to work. I get to be doing this. I can be doing a class right now and still be in this session. That is the amazing advantage that you
Can you
have
really
because
do that
on a
though?
let's be
Wait,
real,
are
I
you
can log
supposed
in.
to do that?
No, 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 no. It's not legal. I'm not advising people to. Please don't listen and say Chanel told you to. But
The
I'm just
following
making
message
a
is not
scenario.
endorsed by Campus Connection.
No, no. I'm just saying that a lot of having it virtually, there are a lot of things that you can be doing. You can be multitasking. You can't
Mm-hmm.
do that face to face it's direct. So I can't
Right.
be texting and traveling because I remember I was traveling last year a lot. I was on a plane and doing classes. Could not do that face to face. So it makes it a lot
All right now?
more
Flued out.
frequent. You know, it makes it yeah. Thank you. It makes it a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Let's not say frequent. What's the word I'm looking for? It makes it a lot more flexible. You know, when it's virtual. But I really do miss face to face. I don't know. I think it would be really weird going back after all this time. You know, to some form of normalcy. But man, that was a tricky one.
All
All
right, all
right.
right.
So okay, so let's indulge a bit on just what our different schools have been doing. I'd say in the past 2 years or so. What are some of the activities, guys? And this is an open question. Anybody can answer. What are some of the activities that your school has been doing? I would say in the past 2 years that you can look at this and say, this is something we're still doing despite COVID, despite the fact that, resources are limited, everything has changed. What are some of those activities? Who wants to take that one?
I would like to go with that one.
All
Um,
right.
so, as I said, I've met a vibrant set of young people and adults have got at Bible school that are very infused in getting to know each other more. I emphasize that part really because we enjoy building a community. And one of the main, come on, you cannot be at Bible school and not learning how to pray often, really. So
Right.
one of the things that we do at Bible school is that we ensure that we have different groups where one or the other we are assigned to one or the other and we reach out, we pray for one another, and we encourage one another day to day. And not only that, but because even though the thing I love about my Bible school is that I have friends that are in Clarendon, St. Andrew, different parts of the island. So it's all over. And
Yeah.
what we're planning to do is that one day, and it's in the process, but it's something I'm really looking forward to. That we will all just meet together one day, like we just come together and just have fun, meet each other face to face, because we're still online currently,
Yeah.
we're currently, but what we are taking it outside the box now to really step out and really meet each other face to face, to really have fun, to really get to know each other on a personal level than just the media, to be honest. So that's one thing that me and my friends, our batchmates, are really looking forward to complete such progress that we have started so far.
All
Wow.
right, all right. Thank you so much, Vijay. Deandra, this final question for you.
Welcome,
What?
by the way.
Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you very much.
What are some of the activities that your school still engages in despite COVID? So, what are some of the activities that you guys still do despite the pandemic?
All right, so some of the activities which Montego Bay Community College still do is that they would have like online party, something kind of like an
Mm,
online party. It's like a little celebration. So seeing that we cannot go face to face, you guys know Spirit Day from high school or
yes.
Fun Day
Right.
from high school. Yes, they put that on online.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
go on YouTube. Yes, we'd have our YouTube channel and we'd go on it, and that's where we would do all our interactions. Persons would
Mm-hmm.
come in and they would do their little item, and we would be at home watching on YouTube. So that's one thing.
Nice, nice,
That's
Yeah.
nice.
awesome. That's awesome. And since Deandra joined us late, I'm going to throw another question at her and somebody else, whoever else wants to answer. we are all aware, I'm sure, of what's happening in Ukraine, and just the different students that are affected by it. What would you say has been your reaction to the whole Ukraine situation with students and the government, following our hashtag trending and our social media talkback question? We want to know from you guys, how are you reacting to this as a student, with what the other students are dealing with over there in Ukraine?
To be honest, that is very tough. What they're going through, it's a war in
Yeah.
2022.
Literally.
In COVID,
Yeah.
persons are already dying because of COVID, and
Right.
there's a war. So when I heard about it, I was so shocked. But because of work and everything, I haven't been really following up on it. So I don't really know much about it.
Okay.
Right.
But it's pretty much what you said, a war. And I want to ask the other students who are online with us, what is your reaction to what's happening, and to your fellow students in Ukraine? What's your reaction to that? Okay, I'm just gonna call somebody. Ajani, you can go ahead, and then Chanel. You're muted. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Seems as if Ajani is having some issues.
Okay.
All
So
right, Chanel, you
Chanel,
can go ahead.
Wow, guys, I feel like since 2020, since COVID-19, well, it actually came to Jamaica later than the other countries that have experienced it. But we've just been having a season of events. So you have COVID-19, you have a war now. It's just a lot. And I feel like mentally, students all over the world are suffering. And to know that, Ukraine, well, students in Ukraine are actually experiencing this, it must be hard on them to focus on anything, because even Jamaican students went over there to study. I don't think their mind space is even thinking about university right now. It's to think about, when will I get out? Will I even get out? So their mind space right now, it must be really, really devastating for them. And what we're seeing on the media, it's devastating for us. So I can't imagine what it's like to actually be experiencing all of that firsthand. But I really, really, really do pray that there will come an end to everything that is happening. And I hope that persons, get to find peace if they do make it out alive. Because I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of pictures and a lot of things that they're not showing to us. I can just imagine what's being hidden.
Right.
But I pray with them and I sympathize with them, because it's really, really, really tough to look at, much less to be in a position like that.
Wow, wow. Certainly, our thoughts and prayers are with all of our fellow students in Ukraine, those who are still there, those who made it safely out, and, but they're still having the emotional effects of that. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and with your families. And we want to thank you guys so much for being with us to just talk a little bit about, your schools and how you are perceiving what's happening on a global scale. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you
All
for having us.
Thanks for having us. Keep safe and God bless.
All right.
Right.
Bless you. Bless
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. So it's time, guys, to take a look at our hashtag trending and social media talkback question. And 20-year-old medical student Esther Thomas, she cried when she arrived in Jamaica 3 days before Russia invaded Ukraine last week. The tears her mother, Keisha Thomas, told the Jamaica Observer on Monday sprang from her realization that she had left her fellow students in the Eastern European country as war loomed, and the cold, hard fact that her dream of completing her studies to become a doctor had been shattered.
Absolutely frightening. So this was actually a once in a lifetime opportunity. She was saying that she didn't want to mess up this opportunity for her, and that's her mother, Keisha Thomas. She had only been in Ukraine for 3 months, and they had just spent up a lot of money and sent her over there to get her started. And she's finally in medical school, and then out of the blue, this would have taken place. And it was such a awful and continues to be such an awful situation.
So Esther's mother felt a strong urge to get her daughter out of Ukraine. However, the daughter did not want to leave. The mother pressured, she prayed and cried and kept pressing her daughter to leave. They had spent all this money and it was a very hard decision. With a heavy heart, Esther left Ukraine a few days before the excitement started. Esther Thomas used to be a worker here at Love 101 FM.
So, Anessa, can you imagine you having your child,
Mm.
sending this child whom you would have raised
Right,
to a foreign country,
right.
only to hear that there's war that's about to take place? How do you feel?
Wow. Well, first of all, I would think on my child as a
Mm-hmm.
mother. That's one thing about mothers. They'll think on, their children and the welfare of their children. So I definitely be thinking of my child, wanting her to get out just like Esther's mother did.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also be thinking on all those students who had to be left behind. Some of them are citizens of Ukraine. They had nowhere else to asylum to go to. They just had to stay there. And so definitely my thoughts and prayers would be with them as well. It's really sad.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I can just imagine how the students would have felt.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a foreign country. That
Right,
in and of itself is an awkward experience,
right.
teething pains and all of that. So wow, I just can't find the words. I've been thinking
Right.
about it, and I
Mm-hmm.
really can't find the words to describe how I feel. So I can
Mm-hmm.
just imagine how they would feel in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our talk back question. Do you think the government acted fast enough to aid in the assistance to the Jamaican students that were in the Ukraine? I don't know if you have any voice notes, Madam Producer. Okay, we have some
Yes.
voice notes.
All right. I personally think that the Jamaican government did not respond in time. I do think if they had responded from the time when the threats were being sent to Ukraine and the Minister of Foreign Affairs was saying that they don't really see the need for an evacuation to take place, I personally think if they had responded at that time, then it would have been better and there would have been no complications attached to their evacuation.
Mm.
Mm.
Based on information on Twitter from the government and from persons that are well informed on the matter, I think that though the government could have acted more swiftly if they perhaps had more resources and information, um, or in spite of that as well, I just happy that they have gotten the students that they have gotten out.
Wow.
Well, I can't say yes and I can't say no. Because we don't know the full story of what happened, behind the scenes between the government and the students. So that's my view.
Mm. Mm. Thank you so much, guys, for your voice notes and participating in our question. And you still can participate even beyond our show.
Right,
And
right.
the question was, of course, do you think the government acted fast enough to aid in the assistance to the Jamaican students that were in the Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we put a wrap on episode 1 of our new season here inside Campus Connection.
Wow,
Want to
wow.
say thank you for making Love 101 your station of choice. A big thank you to Shamar Mitchell, who shared and will continue to share the news for the month of March. Thanks to Anik Bennett, who shared her testimony inside I Chose Christ, You Should Too.
Also want to say thanks to our producer, big up Madam Producer Tony K. Bromfield, to Timoy Butler for his technical support, and also shout out to Jermaine Johnson, Sheldon O'Connor, and Raheem Betty, who was our main segment's guest inside of today's show.
Guys, we do this again next week. Until then, stay safe and continue to live set apart and always choose to evolve. I am Jonathan Fletcher.
And I'm Anesta Samuels.
And we're signing out. Thank you so much.
God bless.